Hey guys, Brian, Jeff, and Matt back for another Disc Golf Examiner disc review. Today we have a special disc. We're going to see how it flies for a pro versus amateur player. What do we have, Matt?
We have the C-Line MD5 from Discmania.
Nice. What were your first impressions of this disc?
It's overstable. As an MD5, this thing is beefy. I think it'd be a great disc if you live in Kansas and you get that big wind. This is really overstable. I'd be kind of curious to see about somebody throwing it forehand as well due to its big overstability. But if you need pinpoint accuracy, this disc will get right to the ground right where you're throwing it.
Yeah. And what did you think for an amateur player, Jeff?
Yeah, I found it very overstable too, obviously. A great feel though. I did like the beaded bottom. The plastic does feel great in the hand, but it is overstable. I could not get away from that at all. There's no fighting it.
Well, let's show you how we got to those conclusions. We'll start this review off by going to the profile.
It has a little bit more of a dome than I would expect, but I wouldn't really consider it overly domey. It does have a huge bead, which is where it gets most of its stability from, I would expect. Typical mid-range disc, not very wide rim, rather deep, so you can really grip onto it. This one was in the C-Line plastic. This is a very grippy plastic, great for rainy weather where you really need to hold on to this and let it rip. The C-Line MD5 is a real hog of a disc. When I released it on a hyzer, it just held the hyzer really the entire flight and got down to the ground really quickly.
When I threw the MD5 hyzer release, it's very overstable. Held that line the whole way before finishing out at Rosier's feet.
Released flat out of my hand, the C-Line MD5 hooked up almost immediately and started going to the left. It would definitely be a good disc for a headwind.
When I threw my flat release, it held that line about 65–70%, but it really fought into that hyzer at the end.
When I released the C-Line MD5 on an anhyzer, right away, due to the overstability, it fought right out of the anhyzer and started going left really quickly.
When I threw my anhyzer release, it was really fighting it, but it was trying to turn right, but it did finish back predictably left.
And that's how we threw the Discmania MD5 in the C-Line plastic. Remember to like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube. Leave comments if you have any questions. We'll get back to them. And I guess pretty much I want to say thank you to Discmania for sending us this for today's review. And until next week, guys, keep banging those chains.